What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning back into On Air with your one and only Rocks on the mic, Duane, in the place to be, My First Swings Radio. Yes, right here. Right now, we've got our boy Ryan from Black Ink Chicago, 9 Mag owner. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
We're doing good. Thank you so much for coming on the show. How are you?
No problem, man. I'm good. Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Good afternoon.
Absolutely. So let's just dive into, talking about this season, because this season has definitely heated up a lot. I like how you guys came, with the whole spinoff of, the Black Ink series. And I particularly like you guys is bringing more than, the actual Black Ink brand in itself. Have you guys been, getting, a lot of great feedback as far as, being the spinoff? What's the feedback been like? Because I know you probably get good and mixed.
Oh, yeah, you definitely going to get both sides of, feedback from all types of people. But, realistically, it's been a great, great result, for the reason that we took on the show and was able to, change what we had seen. At that point, I really just wanted to show something different about what was going on and what was portrayed about Black artists, and then also the portrayal of what was going on in Chicago. A lot of the stuff about Chicago at that point was the negativity, the killing, the violence. That's all people saw from the outside. You're scared to come to Chicago. But it was really me letting them know at that point, I've been from that same stuff, and we all from that same stuff, but I ain't have to take that route. We actually took the route of, being business owners, and being respectable people. Everybody got drama in their business, but it's showing a different light of what people have seen that they didn't know about Chicago.
Exactly. And I've personally been to Chicago. I like Chicago. I don't know why people shy away from going, but I'm Chicago is definitely one of those places on the map that you need to go to, just such as New York, such as LA, such as
thank you,
so on and so forth. No doubt. So, what made you want to more so do reality television? Were you skeptical about it? How did you guys get approached to do reality TV?
Oh man, I was real skeptical about it. I had pushed it off for a long time. What had happened, in a nutshell, I had been approached about a few other reality shows by myself, and they basically wanted me to go and do something and leave Chicago and go and be with a whole other team. But at that point, 9 Mag, the shop and the people, we were thriving, and it was, it was so much just love and connectivity there. I had denied them and I turned them down for me going to doing it personally, because I told them, I said, well, I got people here who, I work with that's more genuine than something that y'all trying to make up. So I took it upon myself to, I denied what they wanted. I said, I'm cool on that because I didn't want to make that show, but I want y'all to see these people I got here. So I wrote up bios and, showed them pictorials of, Kat, Van, Ford, everybody. And then when they saw that, they were like, oh man, scratch the idea we had. We like what you got there. You got something more real there than what we were trying to create. So when they switched up the idea, well, let's try to give you your own show to make it about y'all that's real right there. It's let's try it. But I still didn't want to go and do it because it's when reality TV is still kind of looked at kind of bad, and they're not showing really too much real, but then they allow for us to do ourselves and actually show the real of us. And that's what we came up with, the Black Ink Chicago. And it ended up being a good result of people seeing how people who really interact and really work with each other, they have real problems. We could be family and we fight about stuff, but that's the real of the world.
Right. And it seems like when you guys have your argument, you guys just jump right back into it. Y'all don't stay mad at each other for long, it seems like.
Yeah, like I said, it's a difference between going to work with somebody who, you got to clock in and you don't care about this person and you probably never have to talk to that person again. But it's, with us, as close as we have become, it's just if you argue with a family member, a sibling or something, that don't mean you hate them. We not going to agree on too much, So the same way I feel that, ain't no two men going to agree on everything, So if somebody agreeing on everything, somebody will follow, And for us to be as strong as we are individually, everybody not going to be a follower. And yeah, we going to disagree on stuff, but that don't mean I hate you. Still got love for you. Just don't disagree and get it done. But we grow from each argument or each disagreement.
Absolutely. And you just touched on one thing that we wanted to talk about, and a lot of our fans wanted us to ask you about is you just mentioned love. And on the previous episodes, these last 2 episodes of the season so far, you mentioned the fact that, for you to make time for love right now is hard. How difficult is that? Because, I'm in entertainment. I know how that can be, but how difficult is that for the people and the listeners that don't understand, that lifestyle?
Yeah, it goes against, what you want to put into life, man. People, they'll sit and say all day, well, you make time for what you want to make time for, and that's cool, But, sometimes I'm blessed to be able to have, you know, a clientele that, you know, expands everywhere. So I'm always working trying to get, you know, everybody in or make everybody feel good about, you know, them having the best tattoo. So I'm always working. I'm always running the shop. And when I'm not running the shop, you know what I mean, I'm directly home with my kids. You know, I drop my kids off and pick them up from school every day. I'm home to put them to bed every night, and I'm back at the shop working. So with that on a constant 7-day basis, I don't know what time I have to sit and cater to a woman that, you know what I mean, that needs attention. I know a woman needs attention. I know she needs affection, but man, I can't give it to you on a constant 7-day, you know. So, you know, it's like I'm not gonna act like I want to be with somebody and then I can only give them so much. Like, you doing that, man. She got somebody texting her right now, or somebody all in the DMs trying to get at her every day, and you know they could take her to dinner. They could do something I can't do. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna act like, oh man, I could give you that. Like, no, man, you end up getting yourself hurt.
Right. And it's good that you're able to say, you know, as a man, most importantly, because some men will be like, you know what, I'm feeling this chick. You know, she's real pretty. She's in a third. You know, let me see. But you're like, I really don't have the time. Maybe down the line, or maybe she can understand. You know, she's gonna have to come third. So what's going on right here?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, I did that before, you know what I mean? And then like I said, you end up trapping yourself into something to where, you know, it don't become a good situation. You know, I've done that, and then, you know, unless you become, you know, I did it as a kid, you know, I did it as a younger guy, then you end up being in a situation where if you don't recognize it, you know what I mean, I was just dragging women along for the ride. Like, man, you know, it'd be 2 years in, it'd be like, oh, I ain't ready to do nothing serious with you. She like, you know, they trying to get married or have kids. It's like, oh, I was just playing, you know, so you end up dragging women along, you know, and if you don't recognize that as a man, I had to step out of it like, all right, man, I'm not really doing nothing with you, and I'm kind of leading you on, so let me step back responsibly and let somebody, you know, actually go marry you as opposed to me playing with you, you know, or allowing you to get to a point where you're going to cheat.
True. And some people don't even know how to get to that point where they don't know not how to cheat, so therefore they just stay out of it to begin with.
Yeah, man.
So now let me ask you how you got into the art of tattooing, like how you know, started drawing everything. When did you start doing that?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been an artist, man. I've been drawing since I can remember, you know what I mean, since probably about 2 years old. So, you know, us as artists, that's just what we do. We always been artists of one facet or another, you know what I'm saying? I've always drawn, always sketching, you know what I mean? Everything in high school was, you know, drawing and sketching, you know what I mean? So all the way through that, you know, as I became a man and I got into the workforce, you know, I mean, I put drawing to the side because it wasn't really a vice of mine. I was like, man, I got to make this money, you know what I mean? I had my first child, and it was like, and I got to work. So literally before I started tattooing, I hadn't drawn in about 4 years. I had just put it to the side. It was just a hobby at that point. And, you know, I came into, I think my last job, I was a train conductor. That's what I was driving a train.
Oh, wow.
I got laid off, you know, in the recession. I done done everything. I done been a janitor, train conductor, you know what I mean, a forklift driver. I done did it all. So I earned, you know, my freedom. But, I got laid off, and then it was like, hey, you could go back to the streets or, you know, pick up something and do something different. And I actually ran in the van. We used to kick it in the same hood back in the day, and he had just started tattooing. And, you know, at that point, I ain't even like his tattoos. I'm like, man, y'all accepting this? But he was grinding, man. He was putting in work, tattooing everybody. And I'm like, man, let me put my hand in it. I tried my hand in it, and then I've been in love ever since.
Wow. And you do great art, like, as far as tattooing is concerned.
I
look at a lot of your posts on Instagram, and I'm like, wow, there's not a lot of tattoo artists that are actually focused and actually take their time. And you can tell that you don't rush it. Like, you actually, like, finesse the art of it.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got to, you know what I mean? Because, like I said, as many as I could do, you know, if I mess up on one of them, then, you know, they'll tell the world how bad I am. Like I said, that's what I put my work into, you know what I'm saying, to cater to them clients.
Right. And how would you say the clientele has been since, you know, the show has came out for y'all?
I mean, it's, you know, like I said, just in any sense of, you know, success, like I said, I'm blessed to be busy, man. So, and I know what it's like to be in the hard times and to be broken. And just the whole time that I've been building my business, you know what I'm saying, for it to expand and do what it's supposed to do. And then, you know, now, I mean, like I said, for the reason I had even been looked at for a show was because all we do is we work hard. So I'm always working hard. So now I can't see it like my assistant will see it. But I mean, like, instead of my list being backed up, you know what I'm saying, 3-4 months, it's backed up, you know, like 8-9 months. So, I mean, it's a blessing to be busy, man. And the expansion is, you know, it's always great, especially in the business of expansion of where, you know, you want to put that product to everybody or to the people who would want it worldwide. So, you know, you see more inquiries coming around from other countries as opposed to just other cities now.
Wow,
so, like,
that's
amazing.
A
blessing, man.
Yeah, and I bet it is, because, you know, it's like you first start the business, and then it's like, you know, like, okay, how we going to get it out there? And then you get the opportunity of television, then you take it and you're like, okay, whoa, this is bigger than what we even, you know, expected it would be.
Yeah, man. Yeah, most definitely.
So, Ryan, with the help of Black in Chicago, helping, set up another platform for Non-Neck, would you ever consider opening another shop?
Yeah, most definitely. In the business of, tattooing, it's, like I said, expansion is always great. So, even in the same sense of working with the people that I love, we all going to grow. People grow, you've even seen from this season that, Kat has grown and she's had things that, that allowed her for her to go and move and do certain things. And then, for his music growing, it's going to allow for him to possibly do something more with music and grow. And the same with Van, he had to leave, unfortunately, but, he felt like he wanted to leave in another sense. So at that point, in business, I have to grow. And at that point, I have to bring in more artists. And then for the sake of me working or for the sake of how I like to live my life by being with my kids every day, I would need to open another shop and, have more business coming in to expand, the quality of what we represent. If Nine Mag is the quality of just these four, there's millions of artists out here. So me only giving myself and the artists that I'm working with a chance is kind of selfish. So why wouldn't I give other artists a chance to be able to grow in that same sense? And that's how that'll work.
And that's important as a business owner that you realize to say, you know what, if no matter if it's four of us, we got to give other people the opportunity to, for them to grow and to, even to help expand our business, because there's a lot of talented people every single day in all forms of art that gets left on this life. If somebody doesn't give them an opportunity, how are we going to see that, they're out there?
Yeah, you got to, especially, from our side, being a black man, we born with that X on our back, so it's sometimes where, people might not get that opportunity in another sense, and, you might have to be that, that blessing for somebody, I believe in that all the time. So, if I could always be that for something or somebody, then, why not?
And I see on your Instagram, you're going from different cities doing, tattoo appointments, right?
Yeah, I'm actually on tour right now. I'm on a, about 35 city tour right now.
Whoa.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm like I said, it's a blessing to have people who, who tattoo locally and people who fly in every day from all other, states and countries. But, it's a lot of people who support me who can't come and, buy the flight and then buy the hotel and come and stay for a few days to be tattooed. So, but that doesn't mean that I won't appreciate the support. So, of course, I'll go to many of, the major cities and the smaller cities to, bring what the people love about me to them.
And you got Philly on here, I see, where I'm from that Philly area. So you got New York, you got LA, you got Texas. You got a lot of you got the major markets on here. That's dope.
Yeah, I got to, if you're looking at my Instagram right now, I got to do a revised post. I got another 15 cities added to that I got to put up to let people know. Why you ain't coming to Virginia? You ain't coming to North Carolina? I'm coming. I will be there. I'm telling you, I'll be there.
Wow, that's amazing, yeah, because how people from North Carolina and Virginia they be like, yo, why you ain't here? Why you ain't here?
Right, exactly. I'm definitely coming, man. I couldn't not do it. For people to support you from all over, like I said, and a lot of that story they tell, like I said, I'm a street guy, so to come from a lot of nothing and then to be blessed to be able to be here, you gotta put that back tenfold. So
absolutely. And what would you say is the number one thing you've learned about being a business owner this far?
Man, so far it's just that it's you can't mix business and friends, man. You gotta put your foot down. I'm a nice guy, so I folded on a lot of stuff, but just in the last 2 years of learning what I have to do in business, it's like you gotta be stern about it. And a lot of the times the friend attitude won't get you where you need to be in business. Business ain't a friendship.
Absolutely. I try to stress that to people too. Even if so, you got to learn how to separate the two. And if you want to be friends with somebody, figure it out.
And I did it backwards, but I'm coming into it now.
Absolutely. Well, Ryan, thanks so much for this interview. We definitely appreciate chatting with you more so about the show, your business, and what you've got going on. Definitely appreciate it.
No problem, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for having me. I'm glad everybody watching and they get to see a little bit more than than just what they would think is just reality TV. That's the best part about it is, like I said, people don't walk up to me and say, "Oh man, you're a good actor on there. You had a good fight on there." To have people actually say "Oh man, you're a respectable black man. You're a great business owner. You're a good father." To have the real recognize about it, that means a lot more from the people. So I appreciate the support from everybody, man.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. Keep us posted and everything, because you're doing great. And like I said, I love the fact, Love Black in Chicago. It's very clean. You guys get ratchet on there, but you know what though? I can respect seeing y'all brand more than I can the other brand.
Okay.
I mean, I love watching that too, but after a while when you see something repetitive, and I mean, I'm sure you watch other reality shows too, and you be like, damn, this is beat. This isn't clean.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to clean this up. For real.
Yeah, most definitely. And it's just, like I said, it's just, each individual person is their own person. So.
Absolutely. Well, Ryan, let everybody know where they can, follow you as far as your social media and how they can,
Oh, yeah, man. They can catch me every day. I'm on, my Instagram and my Snapchat, that new thing for the younger crowd. They both Ryan Henry Tattoo. And I'm on Twitter, all the time. And I'm live tweeting and chiming in with, interacting with all the people, especially every Monday while the show's coming on. So that's at the Ryan Henry. So it's just, like I said, they can always reach out to me, man. I always talk back. I'm trying to see what's going on the street.
Absolutely. Well, Ryan, we just sent you a tweet, so definitely stay connected with us, and again, keep it up and appreciate the interview, man.
No problem. Thanks, man. They be looking for me to come towards their city. I'll be there. So appreciate it, man. Thank you.